They won a front line for the Sivir and the Rise, so they're going to go for the Ornn instead. So that counter pick kind of feels like, yeah, the Ornn does well into the Rumble, but at the same time,
you know, ornaments eventually will be relevant. They don't need to be the ones who make the aggressive plays early. Doctom's not going to enjoy this.
Yeah, trying to take a trade here. Is it a bait, though? King in a lot of trouble. 3 guys show up. He drops an equalizer and says, well, I'm dead. Doesn't even bother to flash. He's like, yeah, I overextended. You got me.
Oh, and just based on the fact that Lehens was like, well, I couldn't quite get that kill on a BDD. We want to force something. Speaking of Lehens.
Yeah, I don't really know why he's still here. He is going to flash. And I suppose just trying to keep his Rumble alive, but now he's in a bit of trouble. He's able to hook onto the wall, but the knockup comes in from the Alistar, flashed away by Kingen. He's trying to turn this fight around as he says, I'm not able to get out of here. Lehens nearly dies. He will die here very shortly, as really the question is who gets the kill. And it will be the Sivir after all, so pretty huge that Duckdom able to pick up 2 kills.
At least Calyx is able to realize this is never going to...
That's a couple of plays in a row as well, where BDD's making plays on the Rise. He's getting his team into position. He's being proactive. And, you know, to be honest, if this were solo queue and Calyx is just sitting mid getting 4 plates...
The only way Calyx can stop that is to just stop him from getting into a realm warp, right? But they're getting a lot back. Like these trades, you know, they got so many plates mid. They're going to be able to get this turret bottom here as well. It's first turret for Nongshim as well. That's big. You know, I mean, that's what's keeping the gold in their favor despite these picks going against them. They're going to commit here as well.
They're going to heal up the minions with the redemption as in comes Perfect, just trying to clear the wave. And yeah, he's like, well, I should not have done that. I am going to try to just flash away and survive. So inner turret goes over to Nongshim. BDD get the one in top, but here's the Rift Herald going into mid. So KT get a mid outer, which feels very good for their side. BDD not really in threat here against a Rumble. Can just realm warp away very easily. And we get a second threat charge, yeah. As they're getting another turret. At least Nongshim, I like how they're kind of roaming around the map.
In exchange, but they're keeping this game really even. The Aphelios is starting to come online. As you can see, Geo is on the last ends of this Severum ammo. A bit of a Rumble versus Ornn.
Yeah, they're going to try to chase this with the Wukong on the way. Perfect does not have his flash, and that's what they're calling for. He tries to dash away, but this is way too much damage, especially because he doesn't have all that much armor, so the Wukong also just shreds. Meanwhile, Calyx trying to survive down here. We got a TP trying to help out. That's from the Alistar. Nice dodge from Calyx, and even in a redemption. Maybe looking to turn this one around as the fight is getting close. But BDD just says, nope, I'm getting out. It's a Chemtech Soul. And
well, we can't get Dragon. We don't have inner turret. They have the Sivir push. We'll just make a play topside on the flashless Ornn. And just put BDD in the side lane and force Nongshim to come to you. As they are coming to him, but he's just going to be able to TP out.
Yeah, I think if anyone starts the Otacon, it should be Nongshim. But again, they don't even need to either, as now we get the engage coming on in. That's a Wukong a bit caught out of position. Gideon by himself, just burning down. As a bit of damage comes in, a bit of AoE, but they have redemption, which seems to be the item of choice. Very nice knock up here from Perfect, though. They're looking for a bit more. The Realm Warp gets the Alistar in. The flash is perfect from Peter. Gets on top of 2 of them, and KT, they set up the fight. Nongshim getting caught out in the river.
Yeah, Geo trying to look for the ult there, trying to maximize damage. Pops the Ghost. As Kingen may also, for greeting for this wave, be punished. Looks like it's not going to happen. But they went for the play for pushing BDD bottom side. Then he knows, okay, they're rotating down. He realm warps over the top of them, gets away, or sorry, TPs over the top of them, gets away, and then they can collapse on the jungler who was then trying to catch
a level ahead, but he's also got an extra level plus a bit more on Calyx. So BDD very far ahead here. Little engage. Lehens, I said earlier that he was playing very measured. I think a little bit of that went out the window after the last fight as he gets caught out for basically no reason here. As now Calyx trying to clear the wave. He's going to get caught for free. And now a play into the backline as Geo does survive, but it really does feel like Nongshim are not taking KT seriously, and they're getting caught out here in this
game.
Big
For me, it was like, wow, you know, every Legend group game is one-sided, except like the games we had yesterday with T1 and Hanwha. Sure, and a one-sided ending, so to speak, but yeah, he's seen on these words, by the way. But like, it's not over, and there's still a soon-to-be IE holding Geo in this game, but Lehens is dead again, I think, I fear.
Looks like it. I mean, it's so hard to get away from the Rise. at this point in time. As nope, the slow comes in. Lehens, no, not the disengage cone, please. As yeah, he is going to get away with the disengage cone for now. Although Lehens does get his redemption, and yeah, he gets away because that cone was there this time.
Yeah. Good luck, Nongshim. I was going to say you might just have to defend Baron, but said they're going to look for a fight here. And look at the setup here for KT, it's just so clean.
Yeah, I like this. They're gonna look for the pick. They have so much damage out of the Sivir right now, it's insane. And essentially just a zoning ultimate gonna keep them away. And they kept Cuz and BDD on this objective the entire time. Perfect is very tanky. They're trying to do a bit of damage to him, but the Baron is going away. And Gideon's gotta get in. He's got the flash, but he gets knocked away by Cuz, and he will not be getting into the pit at all. Perfect still alive until the end of the fight. Gyu, he's just desperate at this point, gets stunned up, does a bit of damage, has so many chakrams, doesn't matter, he's alone against everybody. And now the Realm Orb on top of it is Calyx. He's seeing nightmares, he's seeing the trauma from before. And at least, you know, he'll do a little bit of damage. But KT, a massive win in this fight.
The problem is not choke point, it's always going to be a losing scenario. They decide to go for the Baron, and it just ends up being them essentially getting routed there as they end up losing the Baron on top of it. KT, have Peter a bit overextended?
Yeah, he is going to have to pop that ult. And it's just Chemtexol on the board here. Gideon does have his flash, but Nongshim, they want to take the fight after the case. As now with Chemtexol, they're so tanky, but they are going to be able to take out BDD at least. As KT looking to try to take this one 4v5, and it looks like they should be able to. As Zeus just zoned away entirely by the Ornn, not able to chew through all this tankiness. And it's a triple for the Omega Fed Sivir that is Duckdom.
I think Nongshim are really going to be kicking themselves for some of the fights and a Rumble that are kind of combo-based in what they do in team fights. You don't have consistent damage, and they just kind of fall apart. And that, I think, is really the beginning of the end here.
For this series, if Nongshim can't turn it around as the engage cone from the Sivir. As, yeah, look at that damage. He's just so fed at this point. Like, Lehens does not exist.
Yeah, he's almost full build.
BDD probably.
And obviously, like, you know, it's pretty known that BDD is my favorite player, but I think he actually...
Oh, no, the Realm Orb to find you.
It's BDD.
Yeah, it's just another one. You know, like, the game is over right now, but it doesn't matter. It's like another box checked for the BDD column. Just now, nice little engage, and KT just looking to end this one. And using their gigantic wallets, their safes of cash that are in the bank, and just plopping them on the heads of Nongshim. That's going to be game number one, going to KT.
Bombard, I mean, his stats indicate that as much across... He has played... I have to do math to figure this out. He has played...
Yeah, I thought I heard a flash. Yeah, that's a flash out of the Annie. And now a second one as well.
At least level 1, ladies and gentlemen. Well coordinated. Calyx is kind of smashing this lane, by the way.
All right, we're just diving the mid lane turret. The flash comes in from Gideon. That's first blood going over to Calyx already. And Cuz is a level 4 Skarner. And so he doesn't really get to do anything. A very nice...
Earlier level 1. And Perfect thinks it's a 1v1. It's not.
Yeah, it's definitely not. The Dominus comes through, and immediately he knows, as spotted is Lehens. The control ward comes down, and eventually he just flashes away. He wanted to go in, but he wanted to play it very safe and make sure he did not die. Chains coming down, level 6 here for Gyu. Ton of damage coming in the 1v1. He is there, and another flash burned by a KT member. Now, Peter trying to set this one up. We don't have an Impale. The Heartbreaker over the wall is going to get Gideon to safety.
Yeah, it doesn't have flash, but has his ult, so he can get away here. KT get nothing in return. This is an unfortunate start to this game here for KT. It's not a lead that...
Enough control to go a little bit more aggressive on the objectives. Like, yeah, they got 3 grubs, but that's about it. They haven't really touched any of the turrets yet.
There's an Impale combo. And they just like, nah, let's just keep the variants out. Lehens, let's keep the variants out, yeah.
Keep the variants out, Lehens. Yeah, he's gonna get knocked up. He's super dead. He doesn't have his flash. Very close to getting it back, actually, but not the case. It is going to be Gyu getting a plate mid, so it's not the end of the... But that's essentially been it. As now we're going to get a fight up here on the top side, though. BDD taking a huge amount of damage, has to flash away. The Cocoon going to sail wide, actually, but it doesn't matter. Gideon gets in, And now the chain's going to hit the Skarner. Peter not really able to help out here.
Yeah, I don't know if Cuz was really willing to go in on that with Duckdom not having ult, not being there just yet. Wouldn't have been able to impact the play if he goes in further there. Doesn't get chained, maybe he gets chained later and is really hating himself as Peter's on a ward. He instantly scries after that. Damn, he got me. This is looking like the more this game goes on, the tougher it gets for KT. Now this is an overextension for Jew.
Yep, he is isolated. He's alone. There's nobody around to help him. Oh, nice flash, though. He is trying to make something out of his mistake because on the run, and the arrow's going to miss. Meanwhile, in mid, getting pretty low. Peter trying to set it up. BDD going in very deep to try to force that kill. It's not quite going to happen, as now we got shots moving in on the Lehens, and he's going to be the sacrifice for his team, it looks like. They give the kill over to BDD, as KT, they finally strike back.
King will get a turret here in exchange. It looks like it's going to be first brick as well, which will be feats of strength for them. So that actually ends up being pretty good in terms of trade. Still, victim here as they're all just trying to save their jungler. But jump to this dragon. It's up in 45 seconds. We're not going to watch you overextend. I think that one doesn't really need much explanation. And like right now, KT still behind 3,500 gold. They do not have flash for their Annie.
Oh, here we go again. I mean, Lehen's just going to get caught out once again here on the Elise. Meanwhile, in the top lane, Calix was trying to get a split push going, and instead I think he is going to be split apart here by Perfect eventually. I mean, stun comes through, and yeah, especially with the Hollowed Radiance, you're not doing anything against Renekton. So 2 kills.
In the bottom lane? And there's no attempt to get Dragon Prio while Lehens is trying to get some vision. You kind of have to do that together. And we'll get this Dragon regardless here. This is going to be Ocean Soul. So you said the chances were high. Well, we low rolled again.
Yeah, it's not half bad, but we do have the follow-up here, as that is pretty half bad. Kingen going to get impaled and taken down. Gideon by himself is going to have to Heartbreaker the wall.
It's like Nongshim forgot how to group as 5. They're like, okay, we got lane prio. You're not going to win that fight without the rest of your team who's not there because they're in mid. And I'm a little bit perplexed.
Not again. Not again, Lehens. Okay, he's going to get rooted up. And maybe he repels into the sky, as now Perfect's in a bit of trouble. Has this Dominus up? Do they have the damage is the question. The answer is absolutely not. He just walks it off.
Got away. So that's a big win for Nongshim, who still have a lead in this game. It doesn't feel like it sometimes with how some of these skirmishes angle is a little bit risky. BDD does have TP. Perfect has TP as well. They're trying to force KT out of position. There's no impale here for Cuz.
Yeah, they want to get Perfect's TP if possible. BDD is in mid, and so can just kind of follow the Galio if he needs be. As now we got Duckdom walking up to the Ambessa, just eviscerated immediately. And not respecting Kingen, that's for sure. Now we got a TP coming through. The chain's going to be Mikhail's, as that was actually the item choice here for Peter, not the redemption in this game. Makes sense. He's now trying to face check, trying to see if they're doing the Otacon. Might be a punishment. A massive Timbers over the wall. This is going to catch 3, and the impale on top of it too is huge here for KT. But Jew is still alive, and so is Kingen. And that initial burst is gone from the side of KT. Peter trying to fight up against a Varus is very funny. And it will be Nongshim who take this fight in the end.
Now they're going to get a bunch of Control Ward gold here as well. Just moments before in the top lane, that damage was sorely missed after a great combo from BDD's Tibbers and Impale. There's just no damage. And Kingen is just like, well, just going to dash through. They can't stop me. And Gio is then able to just free hit.
All right, trying to set up something once again. Nice Heartbreaker away. But they get the root down, and once again getting assassinated by the Ambessa. Peter gonna go down. It's Cuz trying desperately to peel for his AD carry, but Duckdom's already out, and now it's Cuz. The sacrifice potentially here, as he does kind of scamper away, but they already lost Peter. So big map potential here for the side of Nongshim.
And that's a turret down. Map potential unlocked, as you say, and they're going to look for this inner. Ooh, almost getting a stop there onto Duckdom. Might have actually been the end of his life. Calix had flash. Cuz is just going to drive through a wall. It's so weird that Skarner could just kind of go through walls. It looks so weird with his model. It feels natural when you're playing it, but when you watch it, sometimes you're like, that's a little weird. Calix? He has flash. Like I said, he's fine.
calculated. He's like, I don't need
At least
that.
when the rest of your team is nearby and you have full vision. Yeah, a little bit too much up. Too much up. Not sure.
Very too much up. Okay, lands. It's fine. It's fine.
He's baiting them.
He's baiting. It actually works. Not too much up. It's going to be a big win here for Noshim. And the Heartbreaker of the wall means that Cuz goes down. 2 kills here for Noshim. They're looking at the Baron.
All right, Lehens, I misjudged you. I was familiar with your game, but I thought that was like that I was a little bit too familiar with your game right there. But no, Peter also on a control ward, and Cocoon exists still.
Yeah, it's tanky enough that those two aren't going to do enough, at least.
Try to deny BDD's entry here.
Doesn't look like Peter's got Smite available. Otherwise, I think he would have swapped already, as he's got the heal on his flash. So that's the answer to my question. Yeah, just the Baron to the side of Noshim.
I think he's going to grab this inner turret with the Baron buff. And the gold lead it's been pretty hefty, but now it's insurmountable. It's 9,000, the wallets are heavy, etc., etc.
Yeah, it's gigantic.
And
maybe
way too much up.
Maybe they get lands here. We do have the Tibbers, but
actually he's fine.
Comes down. And yeah, meanwhile, the rest of the team is pushing. It's kind of like a 2-2-1 style push, something we don't see very often, but it is happening. Taking mid inhibitor, taking bot inhibitor seems to be the play. And KT are just kind of sitting back. I mean, they can't really do anything about it.
They don't have a great flank ward. Like if the Noshim players weren't that far up, maybe the control ward on the bottom side there could be used for BDD to try to flank, but he doesn't have his ult. Like, just isn't really an angle here. He's going to have to sit back and try to defend here and accept that your inhibitors are going to be cracked.
All right, they're trying to go for the play now, but the knockaway of the Viego is pretty big. Doesn't matter, though. I think they still win 4v5. The taunt onto everybody is gigantic from Calyx. Nice and pale. But yeah, they just don't have the damage here, KT, to try to do anything. He does get his revenge onto Kingen, at least, does Duckdom, but not going to revenge this Nexus, not right now. Perfect, though, trying to frontline. We'll see what he can do. Still holding on to their Nexus turret. As Perfect moving forward. Desperation at play here for the side of KT. It's not quite going to work out, as Noshim will be taking this game number 2, and we will have a series on our hands.
Noshim for the Camille, as well as just, it's really easy to Hextech ultimatum somebody, and then as they finally get out, like, maybe I get away here, then they get pillared, and
talked to Pony about it in the break as well. He was not too happy about it not being picked.
As Perfect is in danger.
All right, yeah, he's in a lot of trouble. The Trundle getting to work early as, oh no, what's going on here, Kingen? He's going to be forced to flash out. It's still a kill.
They certainly could get a successful kill here. All about that Valkyrie timing.
Yep, they want to look for Gio as he's going to flash over 1. Is able to get away from the second, and now Cuz is taking the damage from the turret. Gives the free kill and double buff over to Gio, and the dive is a disaster.
Yeah, almost Valkyrie, so he just W's away, has flash. I mean, it's really well played by Gio, but I just didn't really feel very confident about that dive working against a Corki, and it didn't.
All right, they're trying to delay the back here as Lehen's trying to get in there. Gideon now on the bottom side. Gio is going to tank this one up, actually. There's a little bit of a failure in terms of tanking the turret, but still Noshim able to get the 1 kill. Deny some of the CS away from Duckdom on top of it all.
Cuz is not in a position to cross map here, so this ends up being pretty good for Noshim. Pretty unfortunate that Duckdom gets a kill back, but at the end of the day, that was a really... Yeah, he just has Valkyrie locked already. Not sure.
Oh, the Bard stun.
Bard stun is good, but like it wasn't even Dragon right now. Okay, it's a full health plate, so we'll get some of it. And you know, that's the end of that. Dragon goes over to KT, and yes, sure what that XP chart was supposed to show. I think it's that Peter's really far behind in levels. Oh!
Outplayed. Duckdom says actually level 6 ahead of Gideon's level 5, even though Gideon did get 2 kills. Cuz has been farming better.
Does have his ult here. There's a lot of good targets.
Cuz is going to smite that one down. And now all of a sudden Gideon's in a lot of trouble. He's alone. He's dead. He flashes and dies anyway to the auto of Duckdom. And now it's a disaster to the side of Noshim.
Yeah, it's 3 grubs here. And, I mean, available for Sion. Duckdom predicting. Yep, got him.
Pass to the face, he is going to have to flash away. Meanwhile, we saw actually, Jonah Strong was trying to highlight Calyx losing his flash in mid.
Yeah.
And it looks like BDD maybe was able to pressure him out. Not sure what happened there. BDD still has his ult, and now Gideon, no flash for him. He's dead, as Perfect is also looking to get into the party.
Like, look at the bottom lane. Those games where the bottom laners haven't gone mid for a while, because BD's just happy to say, well, I kind of win this super hard right now. I have so much power with the roaming support, because Duckdom doesn't need anybody's help!
Oh, he should not be stepping up to this guy. Duckdom is just styling on him. As now Gideon is here. There's the subjugate. We'll see if they've got enough damage into Perfect. Should be. As now Perfect just going to go ahead and move over towards the wave so he can try to farm it. As, yeah, Ju's dead. He's very dead. And we've seen this before. 3 deaths rather, very early on for Ju in this game as well.
Just completely focused. But like, almost kills him with the True Shot Barrage. He had flash too, by the way. Ju did not. So if the True Shot Barrage is like 10 damage off, Duckdom flashes and kills him. He has barrier also, by the way. Like, rare miss from BDD.
Yeah.
Or a good dodge from Calyx, whichever way you want to put it.
Well, actually trying to get in there and punish. He's going to knock him straight into the arms of Gideon, who hugs him with his teeth, actually, instead. Because on the run here, it's Chemtech's ult, by the way. We got an ult down from Lehens, trying to lock this one up. Stun goes in onto Cuz, but it's only the Trundle. Not sure if they have the damage. They should have the damage for Peter, who says, get down, Mr. President, cuz I've got this.
That was really risky there from Nongshim, to be honest. Like, sorry, Ju, I mean, you lost. I'm going to have to do something else elsewhere. Kingen is now the target.
Temper Fate is ready here for Lehens, as we're just going in on a Gideon. Not necessarily the best idea, but we do have TP coming in. Kingen now trying to lock down that back line. There's the Temper Fate, gonna lock down the Azir. Perfect though, a big slam on that front line, and now the damage from Duckdom comes in as he joins the fight. And it is broken up here big time for Nongshim. Should get the disengage cone is Gideon, but Duckdom's got other ideas. And meanwhile, they want to dive here onto this guy as, oh, Calyx able to just kind of thread the needle there and not get knocked off the wall. So
lucky!
Lucky Mickey!
Sometimes you take those! I got it! And then it's really hard here to actually re-engage with the lack of damage at this point. The shuffle here, or the shove rather, from BDD is fantastic as well after Kingen goes in. We have another fight here though in live.
Yeah, trying to make a play onto this Rift Herald, but immediately Nongshim are regretting that decision. As this time True Shot Barrage not going to hit anything. Feels like the first time this game, or maybe the second. Bit of damage comes in. It's just going to come down to the Smite as it does go the way of the Jarvan. It's a bit of an early one from the side of Nongshim. Bit of damage into Perfect already. Lehens has to flash out, and here comes Duckdom over the wall. Gets the snipe down, but pays for it.
They need that eye.
Yeah, they're going to get it, just barely, as the barrier comes in, and now potentially a chance here for Nongshim to take this fight as they're going to pick up the 1 kill, but now the rest of KT comes in. Super low on health. They don't care, and they will clean up here up against Nongshim. Gideon just has to run away a little bit. And maybe trying to set up a Talia wall, but here comes Perfect, just saying, the banana brush is mine. It is ours.
But they have Trundle on the other side, Valdez. How can he walk up like that?
Well, not quite in
BDD is
to do anything about it.
BDD is like ready to go in. They're like, oh, they're not even going to fight. Nice attempt to delay this. Cool, cool.
Okay. So, not going to slam it into the Tempered Fate. And now he's going to be able to get a second charge elsewhere.
Yeah, now they also don't have Tempered Fate for this fight, but I don't think they're going to take the fight. And this is going to be the bottom turret going down.
Oh, no!
Right? Right? Perfect!
Oh, no.
Surely on the next wave. I mean, like, everybody's on
Harmonic complete.
Yeah, there you go. Masamune to Muramana. Took him a minute. He was trying to hit as many Qs as he could, as this TP will defend this top turret. And this starts to
die over and over.
Hold on.
Exit the game afterwards.
if they subjugate that Sion, maybe. No, he's just gonna walk away. I don't. It's one of my pet peeves that like, teams will never pick Sion when Trundle is
The
up.
idea that it is started up, but I don't know how you really get in. And KT are just poking them down. I mean, Duckdom is frontlining right now, saying you're not allowed to enter. We do have the flank still coming in from the side of Kingen. Lehens is over the wall. They just die there. We have the stun and the wall coming down. As they turn on the Kingen, the Temper Fate not really going to do all too much. Kingen just going to go down. Meanwhile, on the right side, Perfect is taken out.
Subjugated.
Subjugated. That he was. Meanwhile, Gideon trying to get in this pit. It might just come down to the turn. And it's massive from the side of Peter. Doesn't even need to do much else after that. Just gets the 3-man. Roots them all down, and the rest of the team is there with their wallets to knock down the pins.
I mean, like, that fight was just...
We did it, basically. Yeah, it's kind of desperate, but you had to. You had to go through that choke, because Len's, so, okay, just dead. Not the first time.
It's a Bard.
Won't be the last.
Yeah.
Just Bard things.
Yeah.
Looks like.
He looks... Maybe he's just ready to start a new one.
Yeah. I mean, his streak on Bard isn't broken.
No,
so.
that's true. Very true.
He's like, I guess you can't quite do it like I can.
That's some bounty gold. King got him away. Blast cone away.
Actually gonna take a bit of damage from that. Looks like Kingen's in some trouble. Gideon, same. Gonna get flashed on. Flashes away himself. There is the knock up into the root into Sion, doing Sion things.
That'll teach him the alcove game.
Never alco game.
To quantify some of the issues that Nongshim have had as a team, you know, like some of the calls from Lehens like this that have plagued them.
Yeah.
But I think one of the players that gets the most flack is Gio, because you can physically see some of the moments he's had. And,
Gio, speaking of which.
Yeah. It's frustrating if you're a Nongshim fan, because you're like, I know Gio was so good before, and I know he can still be good now. This is a desperate attempt from Calix.
He's got his E back. Arcane Shift, pretty good ability. As he's able to get that one going. BDD, once again, kind of a weird one, but it doesn't quite matter. As long as he's frontlining for the main carry of the team, I think they'll be fine with it.
All right, so there's 3 strong Palm candidates.
It
looks better with Peter. It seems like he's the stronger support.
Yeah. I think we would all agree at this point, based on what we've seen, as Lehens, not going to be able to do too much. Tried to throw in an ult at the very last moment, didn't matter. The wallets are just too heavy. And, getting legendary now is Duckdom. Still not dying after that first one. And, they're just pressing forward. And down will go to here as well, as they dive into multiple turrets and do not care.
Do I want to give it to Duckdom? Man, 10-1-7.
His Sivir is
kind of over 80 carries getting it every time, but in this meta, I guess you just do. You win the 2v2, you get fed, and then...
Especially because he, like, played Ezreal and popped off, you know. Would like to see it make a return.
GGG go Duckdom 100%.
GGG or Duckdom,
yeah. It's not, no, not wrong. All right, one last try, Nongshim, one Hail Mary.
Yeah, one Hail Mary. They're trying to get in on a BDD, but this time the knockup is good, and the follow-up is gigantic from Perfect's Q. And yeah, they're just smacking them in the face with their wallets. It's not very pretty. It's only Gio who's alive, but he's died 7 times already. As Peter just emoting in his face. Doesn't seem to care that he's gone down, as he's just opening up another kill for his 80 carry. 12, 1, and 10 is Duckdom and KT.
So, does make a lot of sense. This will be the 3rd game of Lucian for Diablo. His 3rd most played. The Raptors going to try to follow up here and maybe set up a dive onto Ondo before his 80 carry gets back, because Teddy's still flashless.
Nicely done by Kellen. Gets in, gets the aggro, immediately flashes away from the knockup. It was pretty clear that...
TP? They had the wave pushed in. He just instantly goes bottom as well.
Uh-oh. Follow-up dive.
No flash on either player.
No summoners at all. And now it looks like maybe Kellen goes down, but this should be 2 kills here to the side of BNK. It's a relatively clean dive, as long as they get this kill on a Diablo, which they will. Here comes Sponge, but he's too little and too late.
I think Sponge...
Diablo's got a big smile on his face. Kellen's talking, you know, everything's going well. And now, trying to engage here onto the Galio is Ondil. Just a little bit of pressure, helping out Yahoo.
Sponge gonna come over here, try to see if he can find something on these Raptors.
Still Braum, but that is a big Tibbers onto 2 of them, and Kellen is getting pretty low, but the Galio follow-up is there. Sponge maybe in a little bit of trouble as now the taunt comes down, and Sponge barely, but he will be flashed over, and Raptor picks up the kill. This is all coming up BNK in this early game.
Yeah, Teddy's trying to freeze a little bit and try to deny some farm to Diablo.
In the early game especially. I do like that Diablo and Kellen had the confidence to just go for this duo and say, you know, we could take the Rakan away, we could do something, or we could just dive you like 8 times instead. And they do have some summoners back, but it's not going to be enough as the culling rather, as Kellen goes down, is going to be enough. It's 5-0 for Diablo, 8 minutes into the game, Wolf.
This game is probably over now. Because the draft...
5-0!
The draft is insane for DRX. Like, it's such a good... Reaver. Don't worry, the Cole will cash in. Invest now.
This is pretty funny as well. Kellen just giving the thumbs up. He's like, you think that you are going to access this wave? I don't think so. He nearly actually kills Diablo, but I think he still will die here as the follow-up comes in. Kellen got to pick up the kill, and I think they're just fine with that. I mean, Kellen gave him the sign. He gave him the thumbs up. He's like,
turret. And they're going to also attempt the cross map. Guess who's there? Vikla with his Galio.
Board is clear, and now he's getting a dope by quite a few many people, but here comes the Galio. It's still going to be a kill. And a nice Featherstorm to try to get away from Vikla.
Okay, that's something back if Vikla's a little bit faster with that ult. I don't think that happens. They are going to race the turret as well. Diablo, pretty big, has an extra BF sword, but it's 4 people here. It's going to be close. I think DRX might just barely edge it out.
They should be able to. Ooh. Taking a little bit of extra time there at the end.
Yeah, Diablo, like, trying to deny minions. He's going to need a lot of help from his teammates, though, in this one, as this is going to be the mid-turret to go down. They already got feats of strength. They did not get first turret, but they'll get their first turret of the game. Well, actually second, but the bottom turret did go down. Yeah. Ultimately. It didn't go down first, as...
Another charge went into mid, by the way, and now... Little fake dive, trying to get Raptor down. It's not quite going to work, and now we got a TP into 2. Bunch of burst damage into Diablo. Who's going to get healed up, and now he's in an awkward spot, and Sponge is right here! The barrier comes through, but he has the damage, and that's a massive shutdown given over to Sponge. Meanwhile, on the top lane, Raptor's going to go down, and Clear is about to follow. And all of a sudden, DRX find the angle as the Winds of War look kind of silly, and that is 4 kills into the hands of DRX as they take the gold lead.
Oh, I was eating the popcorn, is looking for a top-up after that one.
Yeah.
And that should also be a turret here, the second for DRX. They get the outer in return. As
how did this happen?
Well, a big... For some reason. All right, Teddy is in danger. But he has ult and flash. Will he have to use both? No.
Going in on a Sponge, actually. They're pretty deep, though, in the enemy jungle at this point in time. Tons of damage goes on a Raptor. Diablo, very nice dodge, though, as the exhaust is going to help Boundle out quite a bit and keep him alive. Now the re-engage is coming in. A Sponge is here. The flank is coming out. The Aurora can just drop the ult onto everybody. Look at the damage as they're all caught out. And Diablo, even with the amount he has fed, is not able to help out his team. Clear gets taken out. DRX are just baiting them in, and BNK fall for it every time.
I mean, BNK, like, this is the second time you coverage there. Like, they're trying to set up deep vision while they're doing this in the jungle, but they left themselves wide open. Just like, is still to kill Teddy, must kill Teddy, and it's like, you know, whoever's shot calling is like, yeah, and now we're just getting caught over and over.
Yeah, he doesn't have his flash. He's just kind of dead. Yes, Gwen is immune for about a split second, and that's the 4th death.
I don't think there is much coming back in this one, anyways, for BNK. I said that about DRX earlier, but
I'm gonna wait and see.
Yeah.
That's kind of where I'm at. Wolf.
Yahoo is just gonna delay them here. Now they are on Otacon. Some of the resistance has got shredded. Teddy has
turning onto the Galio. Vikla just TP straight into the Zaya. It dies!
Am I still to create the imperfect rise through?
Yes, Wolf, you are. It's just Otacon.
Caster curses, etc. Oh, well.
Starting Otacon, is it safe or not? It's safe. It's very safe.
Yeah.
I'm just memeing at this point.
I don't. .com is like blunder after blunder is coming through.
They're non-stop. It's only blunders. Maybe this time. Oh, okay. He's charging in.
All right. That's
audacious.
Yeah, it was quite audacious.
Here comes the attempted engage from Yahoo, but just kind of running at them. No flash right now for the Annie.
Clear trying to set up a flank potentially here, as we're just going to cull.
Did a little bit of damage. Just a little bit. Now trying to engage on the Diablo. The flash on in from Ondil is beautiful. They're going to take down Diablo, and that's a double here on the Wukong. Sponge collects.
I mean, it's a trade for Yehu, but he did his job. And now Raptor is in trouble.
Yeah, follow up here with the Cyclone as Vicla's like, well, I better get in there. Clear's got a decent angle. But honestly, I feel like for TRX, they can kind of just run forward. They don't really have to kite this one out, but they are, just to play it extremely safe. And that is the play book of DRX.
I mean, DRX are just like, okay, wait, is there an angle for them? They're like, no, actually. And then they just continue to walk forward and then take the dragon. And they played it safe. As a big part of this
They looked like the cleaner team, you know, which is weird to say after the early game. Like, BNK's dives were great, but now, I mean, you're playing Brahmin and Rakan is just running all over you as Raptor's going to go down, gets caught out. Baron is up. Good to start it, and that they will. Cyclone on the Baron, the second one.
Yeah, looks like
for damage.
A pretty easy turn here. They're missing Cyclone, but Vicla is isolated.
Yep, they still have the quickness. Vicla's like, maybe I can dodge it. Well, he did, and then he died. And now they can just do the Baron.
2 down, no jungler. No one to steal this. Kellen doesn't have smite. Clear
does.
So, an angle.
Yeah. Tiver's gonna go down. Do they notice that Clear has the smite? I assume they should.
They might just kill him before he can use it.
Doesn't really feel like they have. He's just kind of hanging out in the pit. It's just a flip and it goes to Zaya. Okay. Getting a little bit dicey there, rather DRX, but
Can't have it when you really want it, right? And the Ruben a little bit tougher to find. Due to a few places, but
yeah. It is pretty
you know, flatbread sandwich. A little bit easier than you'd expect. This is just a Baron that is going to rack up, like, looking like upwards of 4.5k gold here with all these turrets going down. The siege is real. Clear trying to set something up.
I mean, they're trying to get in on a Sponge, who is quite fed at this point, but his clone is just going to throw out a
Visible
Cyclone.
stats for this Wukong.
Talked
Who
about
has Death Stance.
Oh, okay, we're going in on a Diablo. He did not expect Rich to be there as well. Galio's going to help him out, actually, quite a lot. Meanwhile, Sponge is zoned away from the fight. Big talk here on the front line, and all of a sudden, now Yehu's on the fight. But look at Teddy, he's left all alone. He's dead. And now it's going to kind of be up to Tivers and Annie, and, well, I guess that's enough. They have the wallets, and they just cast a couple of spells at Diablo, and he falls apart like a house of cards. Down he goes. DRX looks like they should take game number 1.
His plan still kill Teddy. Oh, no.
Well, they killed Teddy a lot. They shut him out of the early game. They got him in that last fight, and he was the only gold deficit across all 5 DRX members. But at the end of the day, GG.
Thank you for that concise.
Teddy for Nexus.
Yeah, Teddy for Nexus trade. And it's not a good trade. DRX and Teddy will take that happily. They'll take down game number 1 after B&K had
little backup plan there is for if this game does not go the way DRX want in the early game. Like, this comp doesn't really have a, well, it's okay if the...
He's not going to miss any CS here either.
Vicla?
Well, he did miss one. Vicla in a little bit of trouble. And do we have the charm? Looks like no. Nice flash away. Vicla says, I am dead. And First Blood is given it back. I think that was on Vision just barely. Raptor is here. And yeah, was on Vision. Rich just going to flash away. And now he's got the World Ender. Raptor actually in a little bit of trouble. But the flash comes in from Clear. And now the tides are turned as immediately the kill does go over
might be
to
all they end up getting here. They have to otherwise fight. Diablo does have his ultimate. This is a really, really tense fight setup here.
Yeah, it feels like Kellen is a little bit late to the party, but so is Yehu. And so B&K are like, well, you don't have your RE yet. And Raptor is Jarvan, so he can easily get over the wall. So they can position very aggressively. Sponge going to position right on top of the objective, wants to smite it away, and he's not going to be able to. 3 go over. But at the same time, DRX winning this fight, Clear in a bit of trouble. But Vicla gonna lay down some rocks and say, get away from us.
That was actually really well played by B&K, to be honest. Like, even the heal coming out from Kellen to help him get away there. And that was just overall well coordinated. You know, Raptor's getting his smite back. They slow down the fight. He's able to win the smite fight to get the final grub. Rich shows up.
Here, uh-oh, Kellen. That is a bit of a mistake. Rich going to get a kill, and that will help him catch up big time. But didn't amount to too much. Zondel's nearby, Sponge is nearby. Clear Vikla and Kellen now in the mid lane. No Spirit Rush, no flash for Yehu as Vikla tanks up the turret. And now Clear's going to tank up the turret. Ooh, barely gets out there.
Well, that was really close, but actually such a great juggle there of the turret aggro. Oh, no way.
Oh, well, we don't have a flash now on Clear, and eventually maybe Subterrane gets him.
Kellen maybe comes over and helps him out. Kellen is just walking away. Dragon is just gone. So great objective control here by BNK.
Oh, okay, we got an Aatrox on the way. And the Chomps are going in, the pillar not yet used, and still now trying to turn it onto Sponge, actually, and he gets the kill. Excellently done here by Clear.
There's no way he gets out, right?
No.
I thought maybe with Vikla coming up, but...
Sponge was just building up.
Don't. Go straight up the top of that lane.
And Spirit Rush. Surely he's fine. No, he's going to get jumped on, and now he's going to get away, actually. The follow-up from Onivia is big. Going to keep them around. Sponge here with the subjugate, but he's always pulled back by the Rel, but now going back in, it looks like Yehu is able to pick up the kill at the end of all that after absorbing so much pressure.
Over the entrance to the river, but not as much the top side here, where Sponge is lurking.
Vikla kind of hanging out. He's got Kellen on the way, but yeah, he's going to have to flash regardless. So DRX winning in some of these little skirmishes, it looks like. Although, I say that, okay, it's a nice dodge on the Deadly Flourish. Now Sponge trying to run his way out. Last shot is going to hit him in the TP! Right on top of him is actually gigantic. Clear, going to pick up his third kill.
I didn't like the play initially, but it's because I didn't know Clear was going to TP in there. As you're kind of just, if you don't have that rumble, you're kind of banking on your ult connecting. As now they're going to collapse further.
Oh boy, yeah, the charm going to land, and Vikla in a lot of trouble. The collapse still coming in, but he's tanking the turret. It's another kill for the Ahri, who we had questions about. But if you're playing like this and the team is running into you and the fights get this scrappy, the Ahri's going to pop off.
Yeah, I think Ryu's got...
It's a lot of steps back.
Yeah, it's not great.
All right, little engage on Ondil. And it looks like this Nico, who was just trying to ward, was just trying to be a support, you know?
You can take the Live Sandbox out of BNK, but you're out of the name, but you can't take the Live Sandbox out of BNK, like the tendencies.
Some teams just remain the same. Oh, okay, Sponge, all right. This game's getting very dicey.
This game is getting weird. We're just trading blows.
Isn't large enough. And BNK have a lot of wins. Now they are going to try to use a lot of stuff into the Ahri, who just flashes away, including the exhaust, by the way. But the knockup comes in, and Rich gets baited big time by his teammate.
Now they just look to Dragon. I mean, DRX, you have a Pop Blossom, but you don't have Flash. I think you should just step away from this. But this is exactly the type of fight that Valdez and I are talking about, where comp is easier, and there's so much pick potential. So, oh, Ahri's got Flash. Oh, we'll just kill the other guy. The Rich just comes up, he's like, hold on, they missed the engage. I go in, they're like, oh, we'll shove that guy. And then they just get the Aatrox that's alone. You have to be grouped up as DRX, you have to fight together, you have to play around pillars. If you just kind of funnel in like that, you're just going to get picked apart. As Yehu is actually taking a ton of turret damage here. Let's see if Clear can make something of this. Doesn't have his ult.
Now, Spirit Rush should be enough, but at the same time,
by the way, and Clear is TP'd in. Rich should TP in if they're going to contest this.
Yeah, I think they will. The Redemption's going to help out on this take.
It's a little late, and the wall is out.
Doesn't really do much. Does a little bit to Sponge. Flash on in, doesn't really catch anyone, as Sponge going to be locked out of this fight, as now the Cataclysm is gigantic, and BNK, they crush the fight on the turn after they get the Otacon. And then they just kind of take it in the face of DRX. DRX, nothing they could do. They have to try to turn now with the TP coming in, but Teddy's just going to die. And this is going to be what looks to be a clean ace, as 5 for 0 plus the Otacon. BNK run away with this game.
Looks like Kellen's hitting a milestone tonight, Valdez. I think we're going to have Yorick-themed, bagels.
Sure. Ghoulie Wall Bagel. get all sorts of stuff. Now trying to fight back. Rich, he's got a little bit of help from his friends here, actually. They're going to take down the Rumble. It's looking pretty good for the side of DRX now. I say that, a lot of damage done to Yehu. Andel's going to find one, and maybe one is enough. Diablo, though, oh, he's barely going to get away. Diablo just walks it off, and Teddy loses his life for it. The fight is absolutely disgusting. It's all over the place, this Bagel, but it's still going to be in favor of BNK.
The one constant is all Yehu is going to go down here.
Oh, boy. Yeah.
The one constant in these skirmishes, no matter how things look for DRX.
His whole health bar for that, so bit of a
egg, cheese, ham on a bagel.
Seems good.
Raptor, maybe?
Oh, boy. No, here we go again. It's swinging back the other way.
He could not get his bagel off in that fight.
No.
And it looks like they're just going to try to push for the side instead. Rich TP's in. Vikla could just Weaver's wall over.
Yeah.
He needs to find the right angle, though.
They're definitely going to collapse here. But as you mentioned, the angle, very important. Vikla over the side. He's going to get that combo and a sponge, who is so low. Needs a way to live here, but he's going to be shot down. And that's the end of that. Nice try here from the side of DRX, but it was desperate to begin with. And the wall.
That shot from Diablo.
Yeah. And Degon says, what is happening? Reading his lips. And that is the end of that. And probably this game as well. They're going to give the kill over to Vikla, and they'll take the Baron themselves.
Man, for DRX for about,
He takes
so much damage. And then Andil is like, see you, buddy.
Let's join a team, play the first game of the season, and then leave.
We should probably just call it the Gorilla Award at this point for supports.
Pretty much. Once you pass that number, you've surpassed one of the best to ever play. And they're going to just, yeah. They have 12,000 gold to lead. And
well, I mean,
11.7K. Oh, okay. Okay, you're right.
Yehu may just get collapsed on here. He does have flash and ult, and he may need to utilize them.
Ooh. He's definitely going to utilize something as, yep, just going to press all their buttons. Very easy to do exactly that as Kellen makes it look easy.
One thing we know is that Clear likes his bagels toasted. That is that. All right, now just in the game, BNK. You don't have to wipe them again. You have Baron. You got 40 seconds left. Just push. I mean, Teddy's up in 25, but they're chasing an Aatrox. Maybe they can't end. This is actually kind of comical.
All right, they did it. Good job, Kellen.
Okay, they should be.
They're gonna.
Only Kellen was chasing.
They're definitely ending here. Andil, desperation. It's just gonna look funny. Okay, Clear's getting low. They're gonna get Clear. Here comes Rich. Rich. Okay, he's dead. Empty Nexus here. They're looking for more kills. They want to get sponged. They're taking a lot of damage here from the Ahri. There's no way, right? Like, there's just no way. Yeah. Okay, the gold lead is too large. They got very low. It just didn't matter at the end of the day. And they're still going to take down the Nexus. 1-1. We have another series on our hands. There. Oh. Ooh. Yeah.
Okay.
Sari.
This is a Diablo champ. This is Diablo saying, forget the tier
Therefore,
list.
she has less resistances and she gets kind of punched.
Andil, I don't...
Well, he's got some friends. Or a friend. Yeah. Bit of damage going in. That's going to be Diablo in a little bit of trouble. Might have to flash this one. And at the end of the day, he is not. Very nice composure there. Although I say Teddy flashes in the comeback.
I like it. Way better than a calculator game.
The jungler, Sponge, is not here. Well, he is, but he's up there on the top left of your screen. And that is not here where he needs to be. So Double Dragon comes through its Infernal Soul.
Yeah. So much for both teams, but for DRX in particular, if they lose this, you know, it feels pretty dreadful as,
okay. Right. This is the setup, but no Miasma to come down, actually. Nice dodge on that one with the flash. And now the Miasma comes down to deal with the Sejuani. Sponge, very much immobile for a little bit, but now Raptor in a bit of trouble, and he will be going down. They should give this kill over to either Rich or Teddy. They give it to Rich. Rich gets the kill.
I am from. There's going to be a late recontest here with Vikla having no ultimate. The Scion engage. I don't know about this one, BK.
Yeah, they're turning on a Kellen right now, actually. And Kellen has to flash away.
I mean, they deny the Herald take it for a minute.
Nicholas doing a good job, but again, on this Roa Cassiopeia, you just don't really do damage as the smite comes through. Sponge gonna pick that one up. And now somebody's got to get that eye, but nobody is careful enough. Okay, it looks like Ondo's gonna get it, and now Diablo's just in the front line, just dies for free. Not sure about that one, buddy. As he'll go down and clear at the same time as dead. Vikla chopped down, trying to TP away. Looks like he should get it, actually. So a big team fight win here for DRX.
I think BNK just...
They're like, no, we have to. Like, we cannot back away. We will not back down from a fight. When the fight setup is just...
Wave crash with Diablo, you know, contest the Rise rotation, play it slow. And remember, if you walk away from that fight, you could just try to get DRX on resets and get an Infernal Soul Point, which they didn't get also because they gave that to DRX because they lost the fight.
Max range going on in, Rich, and aggressively, and Ondo gets the kill with the redemption. Smites him from the sky, and now we got another one here on a Raptor who is just feeling kind of sad. Nice angle. Oh, but the flash on in. Teddy does it again, picks up another one. Rich!
Rich! This one day, you and I were watching a DRX game.
Yeah.
And every time Rich almost engaged or was on a flank, we just said, Rich! And then this just became
Well, it's because Chronicler did it first.
Yeah, that's true.
Chronicler was doing it.
You and I started this, but actually it was Chronicler first.
And he did it like 2 times in a row, and so we did have a battle. It's not very epic, but obviously the old is winning, Wolf. I suppose that would make you happy.
Yeah, Diablo was 17 gold up at 0 and 3. He's 17 gold up again.
He is, yeah.
But I don't think he's winning right now, Valdez.
No.
Don't think so.
He's not. Yeah, okay, trying to set something up here. Vikla gonna have to flash.
Not sure about that.
Throwing in an ult once again, and now Raptor gonna use the disengage cone, but they get the follow-up on a Vikla, who is just the collateral damage, and meanwhile, Kellen running away.
It looked a little bit shaky there after Ondo's initial engage, but the follow-ups were good. And it's just where we saw an incident with DRX in the last game. Exact same strip of the Rift. But it's this time the blue side team that crushes in swimming fashion, and we'll take it into an Otacon. Nearly 2.5k gold. 0.8 to 14. I mean, he's getting closer, actually. I'm kind of invested.
Yeah, I want to see what happens. TP's coming in. Diablo is in a bit of trouble. Meanwhile, we got to play up on the top side. TP pretty far away as Vikla going to get quite low. The Realm Warp gets them in. And look at Kellen and Diablo. They could never join the fight as finally we have the ult coming out here from Diablo, but he's just being chased down by the entirety of DRX as the rest of his team is just dead. And they'll just take the magical journey over. Might as well get a better angle here onto the Zeri as Diablo says, well, I'm dead. Gets Heartsteel stacked to death.
So important.
They need it. Not like, you know, DNF needs wins. It's not
we
like
have
that.
a year-long season. It feels like the end really has to be big, right? It really does have to matter. Is Raptor...
Oh, that actually caught him on the very
edge. That didn't look like it would have.
That was crazy. He doesn't have his flash, but he's got Mikhail's. He's got a team this time.
And they actually got 3 ult now.
He is, yeah.
Raptor is flanking on a ward.
Are they just taking the magical journey for fun, or like what's going on here? Gonna be leashed down.
I still don't think this is the best fight for BNK, but they're gonna look for Sponge.
Yeah, I mean, they're gonna catch Vikla here in the front line, and finally Diablo gets like a decent ult off, but now the setup is coming in. Meanwhile, the 1v1 heavily won as Diablo going to go down here very early on, and I think that might just be lights out in this one if it wasn't already. Realm Warp coming on in, and Teddy just kind of runs at them. Down both Kellen and Vikla go, and Rich won this 1v1 at the same time. Now 5-0 and 5.
What a it almost like Yehu and Teddy. I feel like they should be able to just explode the Nexus in the next 2 minutes if they just group as 4 and 1 and push down these lanes.
Yeah.
If they kill anybody, there's just no defense.
Well, they are doing that. Just 4 and 1. And just hoping to end it here. But I guess they would have to cross the miasma to truly get on top of that inhibitor turret.
That
wave.
Cannon minion is truly the pace of the end of the game here for DRX.
Yeah.
Just like Rich showed, 1,000 dashes, 1,000 cannon shots will end this game, Valdez.
Yep. 28, 29, 1,000.
This is such a big moment for DRX. They do not want to mess it up. They do not want to get caught. They do not want to toss this huge, important win away. Again, against arguably the best team in the group, and it's the second time they beat them.
All right, he's gonna send it. That's what he said. He said, all right, I'll send it.
He did send it.
Oh, the setup here. Oh, missed time from Rich, actually. Doesn't quite matter, though, as the root comes down onto Diablo, and he just dies. He doesn't have cleanse. And, yeah, this will be the end of the game, guys. DRX are going to take down B&K in a lengty bout of 3 games this time around. Actually, 1,100 gold going over to clear. Meanwhile, Rich is full health, taking down the base. So
yeah,
this one is over.
Still 3.3K behind, but, you know, put a little dent in it, Valdez. Yeah, this one was the most one-sided of the 3. DRX's cleanest game of the series. Their second 2-1 victory over B.